Okay, so I finally think the audio issues are solved with the popping and the other nonsense. I turned some knobs on the front of the audio interface that had no idea what I was doing, and it stopped doing the popping thing, I think. So let me know how it is. And in addition, we also have another camera. So let me see if I could figure this out without screwing this up. So now, wait. Okay, I had another camera, but how do I make the other camera show? Alright. What happened to the other camera? The other camera died? Oh well. Yeah, the other camera died. I will fix that another time. That's my, okay, whatever. We will handle that another time. We have an overhead camera now when it decides to work, so. I fixed the audio and then the camera stopped working, and I don't want to end the stream. You know, let me see if I can screw with this a little bit. Overhead, properties. Whatever, that doesn't want to work. Oh well. Next time. So we have an A1398 here that had U8900 issue, and then apparently a capacitor got knocked off in the process of the repair from another repair shop. So we're going to take a look and see if we can fix this thing. I'm not going to apply power to it just because in case it's shorting PP bus to V core or something. And if you short PP bus to V core, the GPU is going to die almost always. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to try and limit applying power to GPU V core. And if PP bus is already shorted, this is most likely hopeless because anything with a shorted PP bus after reworked U8900 is, I smell burning. Okay, so I open this and the first smell that I get is burning PCB. And the minute you get burning PCB, the smell of burning PCB, right around the GPU MOSFETs, sad. I think a MOSFET just completely exploded. Piranov, this is different though. So this was, oh wow. Yeah, poor MacBook. So this, what happened to this MacBook is someone tried to resolder U8900 and they had to have really messed it up really bad. So let's see. Yeah. So this, I'm not even going to take the board out. This is screwed. This is completely screwed. Yeah, look at this. Rest in peace. This will never get fixed. So this... Piranov is here. I want to, okay, so this is pretty tempting to drill a hole. Even though it's not going to work, I just want to drill a hole in it. No, I better not. Sarah's here. I want to dig. I want to dig in this board. And this is what happens if you screw up the soldering on U8900. Drill the hole. That's really tempting. I really want to drill a hole in this MacBook. GPU is dead, but you could always do a Gmux bypass. You know what? That's a good idea. Let's do a Gmux bypass. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, let's do a Gmux bypass. Hopefully well, let's see if we can clear the PP bus short first, and then we'll do a Gmux bypass. Gmux bypass is fun, and it requires running a lot of wires, but it's super cool, so I will do that. Let's see if PP bus is shorted, and who are we kidding? We know it's going to be shorted, so in this case I don't want to drill because that'll screw up the board worse. And look at my embarrassing leads that I'm still waiting for FedEx to deliver. Might come today, next day air, or 2-day air. Yeah, these are my sad meter leads. This is what probes your board if you send it here. So here's one because it broke weeks ago, but it's just ground, so who cares about ground? And here's the second one, which is my fine tipped one that broke yesterday, or the day before. What did you say happened to the board? Someone tried to resolder U8900, and PP bus, they screwed it up. And that's a dead short on PP bus G3 hots. Let's try and, we know the short's going to be right over here, so let's take the board out. Let's try and clear this. So I'm going to take the board out. I need to get used to the new OBS setup. So I really want to get the overhead working. I don't know why the overhead stopped working. That's weird. As soon as I fix the audio, it just dumb. And the battery was plugged in, so hopefully the battery is okay after being shorted like that. T5. So I am going to run wires to Gmux to bypass, if we can clear the short on PP bus. So I'm actually going to try. This works out because almost everything is fixed here. There's a few things left. Well, actually, there's still a day's worth of work, but I just don't want to do it because it's all boring stuff. It's packing, it's shipping, it's reassembly. Who wants to do reassembly and all of that? What leads do you use? I keep ordering them from their trash. I get them from Jason at microsolderingsupply.com. I break them. I go through a pair every once in a while. Too bad. I wanted to drill a hole in this MacBook, but I want to actually fix this. So I'm going to try and get fan spin back. I'm going to dig that all out gently and carefully as if I wanted to actually make this work again. And then I'm going to run wires to bypass the internal GPU. So what I'm going to do, I am going to take the Intel HD graphics that are built into the CPU. So on these boards they have two separate muxes. They have the main mux that switches the Intel graphics from the NVIDIA graphics, and there's another mux that controls Intel HD graphics. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that chip off and we're going to run wires to basically bypass the output of the NVIDIA GPU. What we can also do is just rip, if the GPU is causing issues, we could also just rip that off and put Kapton tape, whatever, to keep the heatsink from hitting the board. But I don't want to do that. But we are going to bypass that if we can get the short resolved. What multimeter do you use? I don't know. It's some cheap $30 multimeter. I do have an oscilloscope too that I use maybe once every 2 months. But half the stuff is just look at it or measure one thing and you know what's wrong with it. Another thing I hate about doing this is having to call and message people to pay the invoices. That also sucks. Unfortunately, what we used to do is pre-ship stuff for stores and that we used to pre-ship repairs that stores didn't pay for, and usually they'd pay next day or the same day, but unfortunately that has to stop now. So now nothing will ship until it's paid for. Flux problem fixed? I don't know. I have new flux coming today, so we will see. But yeah, no more pre-shipping board repair. That was stupid of me to do. Appear now, the whole board right here is like charred into the layers, so we'll see. Sonia's here. Sonia asked, "What brand is your oscilloscope?" And someone asked, "What brand was your oscilloscope?" And I said it's either Rigol or Handtech. This is a Rigol DS1054Z. It's like cheapest one out there, but it works pretty decently, and I like it. Here's my tweezers. Good idea, Piranov. I'm gonna check that as soon as I get the board out. Piranov, do you want to work here? Because you would do a whole lot better job than me at this. Obsolete Professor, we're getting to yours next, actually. Actually, you know what? Let me look at yours while you're here. Just let me take this board out, and then I'll go grab yours so I can do it live, or at least give you an estimate live. What's holding this board in? Yeah, these 3332s are always a pain because there's always something that holds them in. Oh, this screw right here. Is an oscilloscope essential to Mac repairs? No, not at all. Sometimes it can turn an hour of troubleshooting into... Oh boy. Yeah, so this is how you kill a GPU, unfortunately. Piranov, you're getting a PhD? This is how you kill a 3232, unfortunately, or kill a GPU. Yeah, sad. This could have been saved. Poor MacBook. Yeah. Kind of sad, but we'll see what we can do to bring this back in a minute. So we are going to remove this mux right here, and we're going to run a bunch of wires, which is going to be pretty fun. But let me go grab Obsolete Professor's MacBook real quick. And then I will email him the quote as soon as I look at it. So let's go grab that one. Let me grab a screw holder for it. I'll give this one slot. Slot 13. Where's my keys? Oh, in my pocket. And grab a repair shopper label. So I don't mix it up. Let's see, what ticket is this? Alright, obsolete professor, I just emailed you the form for the ticket. I don't know if Repair Shopper automatically deleted it or what, but I emailed you that, and we're going to get started on this. So this is an A1502 with no backlight, I believe. So let's turn this on. So no backlight on retinas. So the LCD is pretty common, but there's also a chance that it's not the LCD. So let's plug this in. Let's see what amperage it pulls. Well, it's going to turn on. I just want to confirm it still turns on because this has a lot of corrosion. Fan spins. And there's junk in the charger. Let's take care of this. Just so the plug stays in. Oh, it's actually my lead. Do you use a repair shopper to book in repairs? Yes. So we're going to wait for this to illuminate right here, the Apple logo. And it's working now. So this actually boots. Yeah, this boots actually, but so this is pretty common with some liquid damage is it'll boot, but it's not yeah, so let's have a look at the board. No, I had my coffee, that's why I'm somewhat energetic today. So this has liquid damage, obviously. This looks like milk. This does not look too good. But let's look under here at the display connector, because a lot of times if you have corrosion, the issue can be very intermittent. And that looks okay, actually. That does not look too bad. Let's look at the other side of the board real quick. I'm gonna grab some gloves. Yeah, sometimes stuff, people send it all across the country dead, and then it comes here and it works just fine because there's a loose connection somewhere. Okay, what was that slot again? 13. I need gloves for once, the one time I actually wear gloves. No, I wear gloves whenever there's like stuff like milk and stuff on boards. I don't like touching that stuff, so I will wear gloves. These gloves are really lousy. Why did I buy the cheap gloves? Why are these gloves like stuck in the package? I hate wearing gloves. Gloves are cancer. I got these like cheaper ones. They weren't cheaper, they were just same price but more gloves. And yeah, they're pretty lousy. I shouldn't have bought them, but I'm not going to waste them. Gloves should be mandatory. Why? If it's not a particularly nasty one, then why? Well, it's not going to kill you. I mean, most of the time the stuff that's in these is not that bad. If it's something that's puked on, which, yes, people do send that stuff here, and it sucks because they don't tell you half the time, and then, they say it's just water damage. Yeah, but it's not water. And, so you discover that it's not water after you open it. That's what bothers me. So this MacBook, something interesting about this MacBook, from what the customer said, this was repaired 2 years ago by Lewis for liquid damage, and then it had liquid damage again. And the fan is like stuck. Everything is going to have to be ultrasonically cleaned because this is no good. This actually may go in the ultrasonic before I even touch it. Okay, let's have a look here. Let me set this aside. And let's have a look at the board. Tony Tone is here. Okay, so some corrosion here. And here we go. So this had a complaint of no backlight. And what do you see? What's right here? So this is your backlight MOSFET right here. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for the $2. So this is your backlight MOSFET right here. This is your backlight driver. This is your backlight fuse. The fuse is fine. The driver is likely fine. The MOSFET may or may not be fine. Now here's the thing. If the MOSFET got wet or the driver got wet, the driver could have stopped switching the MOSFET, and that could have killed or damaged both of them. Now, most of the times when that happens, it won't work at all. However, it can be intermittent if let's say the driver took a spike, or the MOSFET took a spike, stopped switching, killed the driver or damaged the driver. It can be it can present itself as an intermittent issue. Now, looking over the board, another thing I see right here is the SMC reset chip. This is corroded. It's working right now because it turns on, but that is not something you want to leave on the board. Let's go over it again. The board is a little bit dark like that, but that's just from ultrasonic cleaning prior. That's no big deal. Everything looks good here. This sensor chip, these really don't usually die. That you could probably get away with cleaning on that. That doesn't look good right there. That's going to have to be addressed. LCD connector looks okay. DC inboard, that can get away with ultrasonic probably. So that doesn't look too bad, but a few things should be changed. CPU area, so there was milk under the CPU. That's not too big of an issue because that can be that'll be cleaned out from the ultrasonic. Some under the RAM, little flux and heat do that good. But otherwise not too bad, just a little bit nasty everywhere. And the enclosure, let's have a look in the enclosure. Look in the enclosure. Nothing to see there. The LCD connector is a little bit corroded, but nothing terrible. So that is board repair. I'm gonna send him the quote. I have to figure, I forgot what I charged these for end user. That's kind of embarrassing being the owner and not really knowing your own prices are. $309. Obsolete Professor, if you're still here, check your email. Okay, what's next? Oh yeah, Gmux disable. So let's try and clear that PP bus short. I'm gonna take these gloves off because I hate wearing gloves. So Piernov says I have to look up at which resistor he said to take off to try and isolate the short. Alright, yeah, that one disliked person. I don't know who that is, honestly. Poor MacBook. So what did Piernov say? Which one did he say to take off? I could look at the schematic and figure it out, but R5410. Yeah, I wonder who that one disliked person is. Probably Cormac. Probably is Cormac. That's why he's talking about it. No, Cormac's a nice guy. He wouldn't do that. This is a 3332, I think. Yeah, 3332. And R5410. R5410. It's up here near the RAM. So we're going to rip this guy off the board and see if our short is gone, because we could just disable that. So let's turn on our hot air. Grab a pair of good tweezers. The phantom dislike culprit is either Kilted Tim or the garden creep. Got quote, go ahead and fix. Email not working right now. I'll try to confirm. Okay, we'll go ahead and fix it. And just fill out that form on Repair Shopper. I don't know if you already did it or if Repair Shopper deleted it. Sometimes Repair Shopper tickets disappear. But if you got that, go ahead and fill that out if possible, so I can give you a ticket number. Okay, our short is gone. Pirnov, you win. Pirnov, thank you. So our short is gone. I bet our fan will spin if we plug this in. So we're just going to leave that alone. We're not going to touch that area. Let's turn this on. And our fan spins. Yes, our fan spins. So we're good. We're good to go. We're pulling like 2 amps. Are you kidding me? And it shuts off. Okay, so we have a problem here. Yeah, we're pulling 2 amps. That is way too much. And I smell burning pretty bad. Okay, let's remove. It's probably this. So let's take this off. Let's turn on our fume extractor. Let's take off U8900 because that's no good. And I smelt burning as soon as that turned on. So there's still hope that we can make this work again. So I'm glad the mic is sounding good at least. Where's my phone? Why would it be drawing so much? Some kind of short? Yeah, there's a big hole in the board. Yeah, so the reason why it's pulling too much current is 1 U8900 and 2 that. So yeah. Has anyone forgot to unplug before doing work on the board? Of course not. That never happened here. That's never happened, not once. Says the person that's lying. No, I don't think I've probably done it like once. Okay, it might be too hot to turn on. It still smells burning, and that heatsink is like scalding right now. Let's take off this dumb question. 3115, 3210. No, you can't put on a 3317U. Yeah, you try and find a CPU that's good, then try and solder it properly without screwing it up, because I can't even do that. Yeah, try finding a good CPU that isn't. Okay, so here's something to think about. You're probably going to get chips that say new. Okay, well, here's the thing. That chip was never available to begin with. And secondly, the chip has been out of production probably since 2012. And the Chinese say it's new. It ain't new. It's been reballed. It's not going to work. And, yeah. Trader Cam is here. Tim, take some pictures of this. It's on live stream. I'm going to actually fix this. Are you kidding? Okay, so without U8900, it stopped turning on. Can our heatsink... Yeah, so now it's not turning on. It's been missing sleep S4L probably. But I have to take off the heatsink now because something is getting hot. I don't know which chip it is. So this may mean the end of this board completely. We'll see. If it's just the GPU, I'm going to rip the GPU off the board. Cam. Yes, driving is expensive. I mean, I spend $80 in fuel every couple days. Last night it was $83 to fill up, and like 3 days prior it was $81 to fill up. So yeah, driving can be expensive. Okay, so if I plug this in, what gets hot here? So let's see, plug it in. Nothing gets hot anymore. What is PP bus? What can PP bus read? It's probably shorted again. .53 volts. Why aren't you turning on? Did I screw something up around here? Let's look. What multimeter do I have? I have a cheap $30 multimeter. I have the cheapest multimeter that I can find. I've never I haven't been able to I've never haven't been able to fix a board because I have a cheap multimeter. I love this tip. Look at this. I can put a blob on top of the MOSFET. Melt. Melt, little MOSFET. Aren't those crystals? Or this isn't a crystal, this is a MOSFET. Okay, this is no fun because it's probably welded to the board. No, there we go. There we go. Get off here. I think my iron is starting to die. Shut up. Whoa, it went up to 900. Um, does anyone have a replacement FX951? Rest in peace. Let's see, let me grab another tip. Is it the tip that went bad? No, Greg, these are genuine T12 tips. But that one was brand new, so maybe it was a defect. I'm looking for the BC3. Where's the BC3? I'll just use this one. Nope, it's the iron. It's the station failing. Let's see. Oh, that's not good. That means I might have to go for a ride to go buy a new one today. This is a hacko. This is a genuine hacko. And now the temperature is just stuck. It's going like way above what it's supposed to. It's going at like 900 degrees. And then it's beeping. Rest in peace. This is sad, I mean. How can I even fix the own iron when my iron is dead? Okay, it's working. Now, see, now that it's working, so what I would do in this case, what I would do in this case is, see, now it's working just fine. So what I would do is ignore it for like 3 months until it gets unusable. See, it's working now. So this is something that's going to be ignored until it's really can't be used. Who knows what it is? The station, the handle. Okay, let's see if it turns on now. You're in the repair business and want to go buy another one? Surgery, have you ever dealt with your own stuff breaking? If you're a tech, you don't go buy another one. You don't repair it. Okay, we're still not turning on for some reason. It doesn't really need U8900 to turn on, I don't think. No. Yeah. I'm probably gonna elect not to do this one because with this short inside the board, this is probably hopeless. I mean, here's the thing: is I don't want this going to some other layer dying, and then me getting blamed for it. Cause look at this; it's trash. Let's try one more time. Let's turn it on. Yeah, rest in peace. Screw this board. I'm not touching it. That is a pile of garbage. Okay, next board. So this is the no backlight one. Let's go through this one real quick. Let's get it fixed and sent back. So okay. Why is the microscope camera not straight? There we go. So this is an 820 3476 with intermittent backlight. Has some corrosion. So there's some corrosion right here. So first thing we're going to do is let's just start going through it. With stuff like this, I'll go and replace most of everything that's corroded because I don't want it to come back. Even if something is corroded and works, I will replace it because that's not going to work. Cannot be trusted for the future. So like little stuff like that can just be cleaned. This is going to go right here. The driver's going to go. Okay, I have another one of those somewhere. That looks good. This can get away with the cleaning, so we'll put flux there. These caps gotta go. I'm just marking everything with flux that I want to replace. That can be cleaned. Okay, so let's get into this. So the first thing is the reset chip. So the reset chip we're gonna change. How does it sound to everyone in chat? Sound good? You don't quite sound Lewis enough. I don't ever sound like Lewis. My voice is completely different from what Lewis sounds like. I don't get why everybody says that. Everybody tells me I sound like Lewis. I don't think I sound like Lewis at all, actually. Here's our donor board. So the diode, just go ahead and replace all of this stuff. I don't want any shorts remaining. The MOSFET, driver, I don't like this tip. I want the big tip. The BC2. But the BC2 doesn't want to work. Will the BC2 work? Let's try it. It's heating. It's working. Yeah, you see how hot the tip got? Like 900 degrees. It burned it. I only ever run my station at 900 at 250 degrees Celsius. The minimum I run is 640, and usually hotter than that, like 740 to 740, 850. Cause look how beautiful this wicks. I mean, look at that. It's just perfect. This tip is like a day old. Put on the driver. On align. There you go, you're aligned. Are you aligned or are you fake aligned? Good enough. Good enough. Grab a MOSFET and a diode. I like fixing boards. Fixing boards is pretty fun. Diode is soldered. Let's do U51, whatever that was, right here. A solder sucker is useless. Yeah, don't buy a solder sucker. It's clearing the holes in HDMI ports. So here's what you're going to do. I'm guessing it's going to be on a PS4. That is really a pain to do. So what you're going to do is go get some Chip Quick low melt alloy, and you're going to work it into those posts, the ground posts. So once you get enough low melt in there, you can then wick it out. That's how I used to do it. Another option is to, if you have good ports, heat it from the bottom and drop the port in while it's still liquid. That's another way to do it. But yeah, do it the method of the Chip Quick in the posts. The low melt alloy I got was like $15. The chip cook one I use is like 58 degrees Celsius melting. So we're good here. I don't trust that one, so we're gonna got rid of that. Arnold is here. So now I have to solder that resistor after my mind recovered from shutting off for a second. Tim, if you get an emergency BIOS issue, make backup bin and send me link to file in PM. Okay, I'll do that. BIOS issues, I just have honestly no idea about any of that stuff. I'm clueless. Half the time I'm clueless about soldering stuff too, as you just saw right here. Thing looks good on this side. Let's flip it over. So this area is nasty. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, I have to address these caps right here. Let me check my email real quick. Turn this way up to like 740 because the 600 that it was at, or 540, is not going to do it. Just want to clean up all of this junk. Most of this will come off in the ultrasonic, but I like to make sure that it does, so I usually will touch this stuff up. And this should touch up nicely once it gets hot enough in the area of the board. nice and clean now. Happy board. I have to really learn my new pricing structure. The new website's doing excellent. So check this out. Let me... So a lot of people know that I've redone my website. Oh, and yeah, for some reason this is not working because Google thinks I am like 100 miles from where I am right now. But yeah, if you search MacBook repair, I am going to be the first result in the area, so that's pretty decent. You should take it on a date too, Tim. Huh? What are you talking about? No, I didn't pay Google for that. I do have AdWords, but this wasn't a ad. It's organic SEO. It may not work if you're local. If you're not local, it may not work. So Greg, that was fixed. Yeah, that was the morning when I launched it. It's the SSL certificate was not completed yet, but it is that is 100% fixed now. Yeah, when you sent me the email, it was still, the certificate was still processing. It hadn't even went through yet. My site was SSL before, too. It's always been SSL. Okay, this ain't gonna be fun. Hopefully I don't have to reball this darn thing. Take the edge bonding off, flux it. Yeah, the 3332 was a donor. It all of a sudden wouldn't turn on. No sleep S4L, and I'm not gonna go through the rabbit hole on that. It was such an easy issue that could have been fixed too, and yeah. If you're unsure about something, please don't turn it on if it has a bridge, you know? Hey, when edge bonding comes off like this, it's such a pain. But at least I'll be able to get to that cap, I think. And hopefully this will still have audio later. I would really hate to reball this chip. But I think we're okay. Flux remover. Give this a quick spray. What the heck? This is not spraying, but there's plenty in here. What's up with that? That's sad. Oh. Use this Puretronics contact cleaner and that stuff works excellent. So much stuff to do. Yeah, I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to replace that one cap with my iron, which will be fine. I just don't want to reflow the chip, have the balls go messed up, and then have to reball that thing, because I don't have a stencil for that chip. And getting a stencil is probably going to be a nightmare. Puretronics does not ship to the UK. I'm sorry to hear. Okay, back to the board. So we have a cap right there. I'm going to steal it off of this board. Here's our cap. Now this may not be too pretty, but I don't really care if it's pretty. It just has to make a contact. And that cap flew away, but I saw right where it went. Whatever, I'll just use hot air briefly. Just really quick, direct it away from the chip. That's good. Now this stuff has to go. This stuff you can't leave on. I paid like $5 for that big thing of contact cleaner. Are you kidding me? Did I just bend my brand new pair of tweezers? These are the new ones, I think. Yeah, these are the brand new ones and they're already bent. That's sad. Contact cleaner works a world's difference from ISO. Why is shipping stuff such a pain? And why haven't my trackpad cables came yet? That's no good. Out for delivery. That means I have to wait. I don't want to wait. That's sad. $951 back up and running. Yeah, it just acted up earlier. No idea what was up with that. But it seems to be just fine now, so hopefully it'll stay that way. Arnold, with USPS, I pretty much have a different mailman every single day. That's why stuff gets misdelivered, and yeah. I may have to try that with the FedEx ground driver to at least tell him, you know, to come back during opening time. He never comes when I'm open. He always comes before I'm open. What the heck? You should go down there, but you're not. Ow. Solder ball in the hand. That burned. And it's pretty much inside my hand now. Change my nozzle now. Waiting for the hot air to cool down a little bit before I change the nozzle. Go. We have to use the super fine tipped one so I don't burn the battery connector soldering those other caps on. Getting hungry, it's almost time for lunch. I lost that cap, I'll have to go grab another one. Darn it, I lost it again. Come on. Where'd it go? Yeah, that got blown away. I hate working near plastic connectors like this, 'cause this stuff always happens. Cap. Looks good to me. Let's check this area. No problems there. This RAM, yeah, I'll give this RAM a quick reflow. Not hot enough to melt solder. I'm just going to hot enough just to clear the junk up from underneath them. This little nozzle is not going to work. And we know if there's stencil available for RAM ICs on MacBook Airs. Maybe. There might be. It's not going to be for MacBook Air. I mean the it's a pretty common chip, so. Hot. I shouldn't have touched that. That was not wise. Now how am I going to get this darn nozzle on when it's too hot? There we go. I've done that. Hit it with the heat gun nozzle, then you have to reball it. I've done that. Okay, I see a little solder ball right here. You are not going to stay here. You're going to get out of here. You don't want to heat near the CPU at all. Good to go. So now what we're going to do, this is going to go in the ultrasonic, and then we're going to look at it after the ultrasonic. So, you guys have seen how nasty it looks. The board is still smoking. This is going to go get ultrasonicked. 70 Celsius for 4 minutes aside. Whoa, what the heck is that on the screen? Oh, the wick. Pretty cool. Let's clean my nasty workstation now. I have a package here from the Netherlands. I have 2 chips for a controller for this thing. And we'll get to that next. Mine goes up to 75 Cormac. You need a better cleaner. Sharper Tech or Crest. My electric bill's like $40 a month here. I have no idea why yours is taking that much energy. Okay, so thing controller. Where is the thing controller? Where did I put the thing controller? So the thing controller is right here. And the issue with the thing controller is it does not work. And that's not good when your thing controller does not work. To get this thing done. This is a... I don't know exactly what this thing does, but I know it's very static sensitive. And it's some tube of some sort. I have no idea. So we're going to take precaution. I'm not going to touch these because I know whatever this is probably not meant to be touched. The thing controller is this thing, so let's see. So this is the thing controller. Has wires. It's a board. So thing controller. How do we fix thing controller? So our dot is right here. There's our dot. How am I going to get thing controller off of the board? It's this chip right here. Okay, I see the pins. It's gonna be fun. It's not a PSU, it's something different. Martin L., what you're going to want to do, go to themacstudio.com. They're in Venice, and you're going to send a contact us form of where to find that schematic. So yeah, so here's the link. And yeah, Martin. So ask this guy through the contact form. Oh, the shield popped off this board in ultrasonic. Not that we need that shield, but still. So this is our chip right here. I'm going to feed some leaded solder in there. Just got back. What's the green stuff being fixed? This is a controller thing. Your board is actually in the ultrasonic right now. We're going to look at that as soon as it's done in there. Yeah, this is a controller from a motorcycle or something. So yeah, I called it a thing controller. It has a lot of conformal coating on it, which is not really fun. Conformal coating that makes everything a pain to work on. My wick. Where's my wick? My wick disappeared. Where's my wick? No, my bigger wick. Where did I put it? It was right here, and now it's gone. Oh, here's my wick right here. Just want to get some of it off, and then I'll clip it and get the rest off. 2 o'clock, shoot, I have to get going. I have time as long as I start packing by 3. It's stuck. I hate soldering through hole. Through hole is evil. Let me clean this up real quick. Yeah, get all this junk out of here. It'll be easier. ISO, spray it a little bit, let it soften it. And due to the fact this is kind of an industrial board, I will be conformal coating it after I'm done. But I have to remove this stuff in order to work on it. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Everymac.com for serial number. I'm doing customer service at the same time, so. Yes, I'm not a robot. Late 2011, Core i7. 15 inch, that's not an A1278, that's a... That is a A1286, and that is a dead GPU. No good chips exist. Chris is here. You missed 2 MacBooks. We're repairing some ECU thing for a motorcycle, or whatever the heck it was. I have no idea. So we lied to Chris. We just wanted Chris to be here, so we lied to him by saying it's a MacBook. So how that's... Wait, I have to get that board out of the ultrasonic. Let it sit in alcohol for a second. Should probably wash my hands after handling all this junk. At least I'll wipe my hands with alcohol. Chris, let's see. What did Cormac ask? Chris, your kid would not be nearly as bad as dealing with me for a day if I came over there. Trust me. You would want to throw me off your roof if I came over there for a day. I'm a real pain to deal with in person. Go put this in the oven to bake. I have to find heatsink screws for that. I'll leave here Monday probably if I have screws. Alright, let's continue on this thing. Where is my solder wick? Here it is. How much bake? Like 10 minutes at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, continue wicking. Are you replacing that IC? Yes, I am. Clip the legs on the other side. There's a lot of stuff by it though, so it won't let me clip the legs by the other side. I could do that, but there's a lot of stuff by it, that's the thing. So I'll just wick. Yeah, I've done that before on some of them, but there's too much stuff around this one to do it. So you know what, I think I will try that. This is painful. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I think I can do that. Can bridge the legs with a load of solder. I'll just clip. This cable's in the way. Ah, screw it. So you say, no, I don't want to bridge them right now. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. So what's a ULN driver do? I think, yeah, I think I read that when I ordered the chip. What exactly does that do? Because I have no idea. I'm changing it because the resistor that was going to it blew, and someone did something stupid with it, and that's what caused it to go. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go for the bridge method. You know, when you want a bridge, you can never get one. And when you don't want a bridge, you can always get one. Bridge. You know what? Should I just use my hot air? I'm gonna use the hot air gun. I don't have a brain core, Mac. Yeah, this is embarrassing. I tell everybody I'm terrible at this. No one believes me. Everyone says, no, you're not. You're great at this. No, this is how I am. The quick is dying, I think. The fan is going really funny. I don't know. This thing is dumb. Okay, so this stays liquid for a while. Let's heat this up pretty decently. Count of 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna flip it over quickly and try and pull this thing up. Darn it. Come on, come up. Got it. It's mostly up. Except for a couple more pins. Oh man, I hope this thing doesn't explode. Because the electrolytic caps. And it's out. Now we wick again, and I'm debating to take off and go get lunch because I learned it's not a good idea to not have lunch. I'll solder this chip, then go get lunch. But Justin, I rarely do this stuff. I mean, almost never. Where's my wick again? My wick disappeared. Does anyone else constantly lose stuff like this? And my back hurts now. I have to get a better chair. Whatever, I'll just use this wick. Yeah, with this kind of repair, there's unfortunately no testing. It's try it and see if it works, you know? I don't have whatever the heck this thing goes in here. Okay, yeah, I need to stop and eat. Well, I need to pack stuff and go get lunch because I'm getting tired. And I'll do this when I get back if I stream again. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next stream. I have a bunch of videos I need to edit. I just haven't had time. But yeah, I will see you in the next one.